I want to do a top 50 extra before I move on to the #1 song on my fancy playlist, a week of May 14, 2006. Some of the songs that I added that week on my fancy playlist: Taxi Doll with Waiting, forgotten about that one. Hands Open by Snow Patrol, one of the best rock and roll records. Got a Busta Rhymes record that I added, Floor Tree, and James Blunt, High. I added that song the week on my fancy playlist the week of May 14, 2006. But the song that I want to talk to you about that I added, Nick Cannon, rapper Nick Cannon, never had a big rap hit. It looked like he was going to go somewhere when he came out with his debut album in 2003. I really like Gigolo, and also Your Pops Don't Like Me. That was a cool rap record, but just didn't do anything. He never got above the B/C listing as far as the hip hop rap world is concerned. Nick Cannon with Dime Piece is the song I want to play for you. Uh, Nick Cannon, as a teenager, he formed a rap group with a friend of his. His name was Steve Groves. They called themselves the G4 Dope Bomb Squad. And boy, I tell you, they must have been as formidable as the group name would suggest, because they opened for Will Smith, LFO, Montel Jordan, 98 Degrees. Talking about some A-list performers. And it looked like, as I've already mentioned, that Nick Cannon might have been an A-list rapper. Signed a deal with Jive Records in 2001, and then a couple of years later released his self-titled debut album. He formed a record label. A couple of years later, I love this, is so hip-hop. I love this. His record label was called Can I Ball Records, and he proceeded to work on his second CD. It was going to be called Stages. First single, Can I Love, or it might have been Can I Live, and then Dime Piece came out in the spring of 2006. But he never finished his second album because he was working on his acting career. He's been in quite a few movies, Nick Cannon. Among the movies that Nick Cannon was in was Drumline and Love Don't Cost a Thing. Married Mariah Carey in 2008, but filed for a divorce in late 2014 from Mariah Carey, who is now, gosh, I can't believe it, Mariah Carey's about 44, 45 now. I remember she was so young, just barely out of her teenage years when she came out with Vision of Love back in 1990. But that's the way it goes. That's about it for Nick Cannon. Here it is, Dime Piece, song that I added on my fancy playlist May 14th, 2006.